Hey guys, so I'm back with a holiday recipe I love to make for the holidays. I usually do red and green, so anything like lasagna or stuffed shells with greens or a salad. So this is my beginning, how I start. I get everything in the bowl. I'm going to show you the everything I use at the end of the video. Somehow I put it at the end. But I use a little bit of adobo seasoning. I go ahead and put my Parmesan cheese into the mixture. I don't um usually use too much. I use about maybe a half a cup of Parmesan, but in that bowl is going to be 2 eggs, ricotta, cottage cheese, mozzarella, and I mix it all together with a little bit of adobo seasoning. You can add whatever seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, but this adobo has everything I need, so I just use adobo. The parsley flakes, I usually use the parsley. I don't use fresh parsley, but parsley will do in the season. And I also use probably about a teaspoon of parsley in the can, and that's good enough for me. So the parsley goes in. I usually use that just for color because I like to see the green flakes in there, so not so much for taste. So I'm going to be mixing all this in together, making sure I got a good texture, because this is what you're going to be putting into your stuffed shells. Yes, this is the mixture. Everything that's in there is going to be going into your stuffed shells. So make enough based on how many people you coming. This does a whole box. So sometimes I go back in and I add more ricotta if it's not creamy enough for me, because I love the ricotta. So the ricotta makes it more creamy. So again, that's ricotta, cottage cheese, mozzarella, and Parmesan cheese, and 2 eggs. Okay. So this is just about the texture I want it to be, but I'll give you a better look at it. So this is the texture that it should be when you get it all mixed up and together before you start stuffing those shells. Get your meat ready, your meatballs. I use turkey meatballs, and I cook them a little bit for like 15 minutes in the oven while my noodles are getting ready, which is your stuffed shells, your large shells. I use a whole bag, and once those are getting ready, I have my meat going at the same time, so you don't need to cook them long. Again, I use ragu spaghetti sauce, and I just add my little touch to it, the extra seasoning, because sometimes it's like too sweet. So I add seasoning to it, and I also add some wine. I got this recipe from my dad with the sauce, so he does his sauce homemade, but I add to it also using the wine. Okay, so there's how you're going to be stuffing your shells. You can add about how many ever I go across. So my rolls are probably about 4 to 5 shells across. Once I get that all done, then what you didn't see is I'm going to be pouring on the sauce, but I'm going to add my meatballs into the same pan. Once I get all my rolls together, I'm going to add a layer of meatballs on top, and then I'm going to be adding the cheese. I'm going to be adding my sauce. You're just going to pour your sauce onto this. Some people do it the other way around. You can add your sauce first and then add your cheese and your meatballs. But whatever meatballs you have left, you can go ahead and put them on the top. I normally do it without any meat, but this holiday my daughter had wanted meatballs. So we added a little bit of meat, put it in the oven for about on 350 in a preheated oven for about 45 minutes. So there you have it. Those are all the ingredients that I use. It doesn't have to be name brand. Everything came from Kroger besides the pineapple that was just in there. But everything is there that you need, okay? So this is my special shells for the holidays. I hope you enjoyed it.